situatie, wat dat in feite kristalliseert.
The new threat which we face, particularly since September 11th in the United States, is Islamist. Part of that threat comes from outside the Union, part of it comes from within the European Union. Overall, we can say that the threat of terrorism in Europe remains high. It is a serious threat. We should take it very seriously indeed, as national authorities are doing.
Is die link nu verplaatst naar Irak?
There are examples, I think, of the action of the national police and security services. There have been other instances, so there have been, fortunately, some successes. But that does not mean that we should underestimate the risk of further attacks hitting Europe. I'm afraid that risk remains high, not only in the two countries that I've mentioned, but in other member states of the Union as well. And it's important, therefore, that we stay on our guard.
U hebt er hoop ik begrip voor dat ik niet al te concreet kan zijn.
Rechtszaken en zo, zie je toch dat er heel vaak...
Figures are of relative use in this debate, frankly, because not everyone who goes to such training camps returns to take up arms, fortunately. So what is more important is the trend, and what is important is to attack the root causes, and these root causes include the instability in Iraq, which is fomented and therefore represents a danger. This is incidentally not the case just in Iraq. Instability elsewhere in the world, in Africa for example, always makes it more difficult for the law to be upheld, for democracies to function, and therefore makes it easier for terrorists to hide and train.
Like any figures, is it specifically from France?
I don't think one can speak about a center of global terrorism. There are different aspects of terrorism. Some are cross-border, some are more national in nature. And sometimes one sees a congruence of the two, but I don't think one can point at one particular region of the world and say this is where the center of terrorism today is. We have to distinguish between quite different phenomena.
Mm-hmm. If I can, well, we'll start and we'll cut it to 29 minutes.